Before using a laminator, be aware of all necessary safety precautions and operating procedures. Consult the owner's manual to familiarize yourself with the machine before use. To begin using your EXP 42 Plus laminator, first plug in the power cord. The plug should be inserted straight and then twisted to the right to lock into the outlet. Next, turn on the power switch located on the back of the laminator. You can preheat your laminator before loading film supplies. To do this, flip the temperature switches on the left control panel to the up or on position. Push the green select button on the temperature control pads and press the up or down arrow keys until you reach the desired temperature. Closing and slowly rotating the rollers while the laminator warms up will help provide even and consistent heat across the width of the machine. The rollers can be closed by pulling out the pressure adjustment knobs on the left side of the laminator. Turn the knobs to the left to lower the rollers and apply pressure, or to the right to raise the rollers and decrease pressure. Speeds are adjusted by a simple turn knob located on the right control panel. Make sure the top directional switch is turned to the up or forward position. Turn the speed control knob right to increase speeds up to 10 feet per minute. Decrease laminator speeds by turning the control knob left. When the laminator is heated and ready to load, turn the speed control knob all the way to the left to stop the rollers. Remove the print feed table and finger guard. We'll start by loading the top supply mandrel. The film supply mandrels on this laminator feature a brake mechanism on the right-hand side. This mechanism adjusts the film tension in order to remove wrinkles and lay the film down in the best possible manner. Take the supply mandrel off the laminator and insert it through the core of the laminating film. The film should hang down from the back side of the roll with the adhesive facing towards you. Place the mandrel back on the laminator and repeat the process with the bottom roll. In this case, the film should hang off the front of the roll with the adhesive side facing away from you towards the laminator. Center the rolls of film on the supply mandrels and line up the edges so that the two films meet up as best as possible. Use a ruler if necessary to ensure proper alignment of the top and bottom supply rolls. Once the supply rolls are in place, thread the top roll under the black idler bar and lay it over the upper nip roller. The black idler bar brings the film into contact with the heated roller at an earlier point to allow for more dwell time, or time for the adhesive to heat up to its proper activation temperature. Next, thread the bottom film under the lower black idler bar and lightly tack it to the top film that is hanging down past the nip rollers. Once the films are bonded together, push the lower idler bar back and up until it falls into position. Place the feed table and finger guard back onto the laminator. You may wish to turn on the laminator's fan bank to cool off hot films as they exit the machine. Use a threading board to insert the films into the nip rollers. Push the threading board against the laminating films and turn the nip roller control to a slow speed. The laminating films and leader will begin moving through the machine until they exit through the rear pole rollers. If you observe any wrinkles on the laminating films as they pass over the nip rollers, increase the tension on the supply shafts by turning the brake mechanism forward or away from you. Only apply as much tension as needed to smooth out the wrinkles. Use the ruler decals on the feed table to center your print in the middle of the laminator. Make sure that the print is completely perpendicular to the nip rollers. Use the adjustable print feed guide on the table if desired. While the nip rollers are rotating, gently feed the print into the laminator until it catches. The print will run through the laminator and exit out the rear. Once your print has cleared the pole rollers, turn off the speed control. Use the metal cutting guide directly behind the pole rollers to cut the laminating film and separate the print from the laminator. You can then perform any additional trimming or post-lamination finishing steps as needed. When you have finished laminating, raise the nip and pole rollers so that they are no longer touching. Leaving stationary rollers under pressure for long periods of time may cause them to develop flat spots. You may leave the film supplies loaded on the laminator until you are ready to use them again. If you need to change out materials, simply cut each laminating film before it enters the nip rollers. If adhesive has transferred to the nip rollers, use a D&K roll cleaner to remove the residue. The roll cleaner works like an eraser by rubbing off adhesive from the silicone rollers without the use of chemicals. Turn off the power switch on the laminator after use. The power cord